Hey everyone, welcome back to EnglishPop, the podcast where learning English is actually fun.
And useful. I'm Fred.
And I'm Zenal. So Fred, let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation where someone's talking to you in English and you're just like, what?
Oh my gosh, all the time, especially when I first started learning English. Someone would ask me something and I'd just stand there smiling like a confused puppy.
A confused puppy, that's exactly it. And that awkward smile where you're hoping they don't ask you another question?
Yes, or worse, when they think you understand and keep talking.
Right. So today's episode is super important because we're going to teach you how to say, I don't understand in English. But not just one way. We're giving you tons of different ways so you never have to do that awkward smile again.
This is survival English, people, A1 level, which means if you're just starting out, this episode is perfect for you.
And even if you're more advanced, stick around because we've got some natural phrases that even native speakers use all the time.
Let's jump right in.
Okay, so let's start with the most basic phrase. Fred, what's the simplest way to say you don't understand?
Easy. I don't understand.
Perfect. Simple, clear, direct. Say it with me, everyone. I don't understand.
I don't understand. Now, this works in almost any situation, at a restaurant, in class, talking to a friend, anywhere.
Right. But Fred, sometimes people might say this too fast. What if someone doesn't catch those words together?
Great point. You can say it even more simply, I don't understand you. That you at the end makes it super clear.
Or you can even just say, sorry, I don't understand. Adding sorry makes it extra polite.
Oh yeah, politeness is huge in English. Sorry, I don't understand sounds much friendlier than just I don't understand.
Exactly. Now here's a really important one. What if you understand some words but not everything?
Ooh, good scenario. You can say, I don't understand everything, or I don't completely understand.
Yes, I don't completely understand is perfect because it shows you're trying. You're not giving up, you just need a little help.
And people really appreciate that. They'll usually slow down and explain better.
Now, let's talk about something super common. What if the person is speaking too fast?
This happens all the time. You can say, sorry, you're speaking too fast.
Or, could you speak more slowly, please? Notice that please at the end? Super polite.
Could you speak more slowly, please? Let's all practice that one. It's so useful.
And what about if they use a word you don't know?
You can say, what does blank mean? For example, what does complicated mean?
Perfect. Or, I don't know that word. Simple and honest.
Honesty is the best policy when you're learning.
All right, next topic. Sometimes you need people to repeat what they said. Fred, what's the most common way to ask this?
The classic, can you repeat that? Or, could you repeat that, please?
Yes. Can you repeat that is super common, but there's an even shorter version that native speakers use constantly.
Oh, you mean sorry?
Exactly. Just sorry with a rising tone, like you're asking a question.
Sorry? It's so simple. You just raise your voice at the end and people know immediately that you didn't catch what they said.
It's almost like magic. One word and they'll repeat themselves.
But Zenal, I have to say, sometimes people confuse this with excuse me.
Ooh, good point. So, excuse me also works, but it can mean two different things depending on the situation.
Right. Excuse me can mean, can you repeat that? Or it can mean you want to get past someone, like in a crowded place.
Exactly. So if you're in a conversation and you didn't hear something, sorry is probably clearer.
Now, what if someone is mumbling or speaking unclearly?
You can say, I didn't catch that. This is super natural.
I didn't catch that. I love this phrase. It's what native speakers actually say.
Or you can say, could you say that again? It's a bit more formal than can you repeat that, but they mean the same thing.
Here's another good one. Come again? This is more casual, more American English.
Yes, come again is very American. Like, what did you say?
Although I should mention, come again can sound a bit informal, so maybe save it for friends, not your boss.
Good advice. Definitely don't tell your boss come again in a meeting.
Unless you have a really cool boss.
Okay, so we've covered the basics and how to ask people to repeat, but what about when you need someone to actually explain something differently?
This is important. Sometimes repeating isn't enough. You need them to use different words.
Exactly. So you can say, could you explain that differently?
Or, can you use different words? This tells them that you need another approach.
Here's one of my favorites. Could you rephrase that? Rephrase means to say the same thing but in a different way.
Ooh, rephrase. That's a good vocabulary word right there.
Right? So, could you rephrase that, please? Is perfect when you need clarity.
Now, what if someone is using complicated vocabulary and you're still at the beginner level?
Great question. You can say, could you use simpler words? Or, could you make it simpler?
Could you use simpler words? Don't be embarrassed to say this. Everyone learns at their own pace.
Absolutely. And most people are happy to help. They'll respect you for asking.
Here's another scenario. Someone is giving you directions or instructions and you're lost.
Oh, this happens all the time. You can say, I'm confused. Could you explain again?
I'm confused is so useful. It's honest, and people will take more time to help you.
Or you can say, I'm not following you. This means you started understanding, but somewhere along the way you got lost.
I'm not following you. That's very natural. Native speakers say this all the time in conversations.
Now here's a phrase that's super polite and shows you're really trying. I'm sorry, could you break that down for me?
Ooh, break it down. That means to explain something step by step, in smaller parts.
Exactly. Could you break that down for me? Makes people want to help you because you're being so polite.
And it shows you're genuinely interested in understanding, not just giving up.
Right. Learning English is all about communication, and if you communicate that you want to understand, people will work with you. All right, Fred, here's where we level up a bit.
Ooh, I like this.
Sometimes you understand most of what someone says, but there's one specific part that confuses you.
Yes, so instead of saying, I don't understand about everything, you can be specific.
Exactly. You can say, I understand most of it, but could you explain the part about, and then mention the specific thing?
For example, I understand most of it, but could you explain the part about the meeting time?
Perfect. This shows you're paying attention. You're being an active listener.
Here's another way to be specific. What do you mean by, followed by the confusing word or phrase?
Yes. What do you mean by deadline? Or what do you mean by ASAP?
ASAP. That's as soon as possible, by the way. Super common in English.
Good one. So being specific helps the other person know exactly where to focus their explanation.
And it saves time. Instead of them repeating everything, they just clarify the one part you missed.
Now, what if you understand the words but not the meaning or the context?
Ooh, that's different. You could say, I understand the words, but I don't understand what you mean.
Exactly. Or, I don't see what you're getting at. This means you don't understand their point or their intention.
I don't see what you're getting at. That's a bit advanced, but super useful.
And here's one more. Could you give me an example? Examples make everything clearer.
Yes, could you give me an example is perfect when something is too abstract or theoretical.
Like if someone's explaining a grammar rule and you're confused, ask for an example sentence.
Examples are your best friend when learning English.
Totally. Now, before we move on, let's do a quick role play. Fred, pretend you're explaining something complicated to me.
Okay, so Zenal, the thing about English phrasal verbs is that they're idiomatic expressions where the combination of a verb and a preposition creates a meaning that's different from the individual words.
Okay, stop. Fred, I understand the words, but could you give me an example?
Sure, like give up means to stop trying, not to give something up in an upward direction.
Ah, now I get it. See, everyone? That's how you use these phrases in real conversation. All right, we're getting close to the end, but we have some really important phrases to cover.
Yes, these are for more formal situations, like in a classroom, at work, or in professional settings.
Right. So if you're in a meeting or talking to your teacher, you want to sound extra polite and professional.
The phrase, "I beg your pardon," is very polite and formal.
I beg your pardon? This is quite formal. You'd use this with people you want to show respect to.
In American English, we might just say, "Pardon," or "Pardon me."
Yes, pardon is polite but less formal than I beg your pardon.
Now, in a classroom setting, you might say, "I'm sorry, I didn't quite understand the explanation."
I didn't quite understand. That's lovely because quite softens it. You're being humble.
Or you could say, "Would you mind explaining that again?" The "would you mind" structure is super polite.
Ooh, yes. Would you mind explaining that again? Shows a lot of respect.
In a work email, you might write, "I'm afraid I don't quite follow. Could you please clarify?"
I'm afraid I don't quite follow. Very professional. And clarify is a great formal word for make clear.
Here's another email-friendly phrase. "I would appreciate if you could elaborate on that point."
Elaborate means to give more details or information. So, could you elaborate is asking for more explanation.
These formal phrases are super important if you're learning English for work or academic purposes.
Definitely. You want to sound professional and competent even when you're asking for help. Okay, Fred, before we wrap up, let's talk about some common mistakes people make.
Oh, this is important. So first mistake, saying I know understand.
Right. It's I don't understand, not I know understand. You need that don't.
Another one, saying I am not understand. That's incorrect grammar.
Yes, it's I don't understand, not I am not understand. Remember, understand is a verb, so you use don't, not am not.
What about sorry versus sorry? Notice the difference?
Ooh, good one. Sorry with a rising tone means can you repeat that? But sorry with a falling tone is an apology.
The tone makes all the difference. Sorry is a question. Sorry is a statement.
Here's another mistake, being afraid to ask. Some learners just smile and nod even when they don't understand.
Don't do that. It's okay to not understand. That's how you learn.
Exactly. Every native speaker has moments where they don't understand something. It's completely normal.
And one more thing. Don't say, I don't understand with an angry tone. You want to sound friendly and open to learning.
Yes, your tone of voice matters just as much as the words you use.
All right, everyone, we've covered so much today.
We really have. Let's do a quick recap. We learned the basic phrase, I don't understand, how to ask people to repeat with sorry and can you repeat that?
We learned how to ask for different explanations with could you rephrase that and could you use simpler words.
We learned how to be specific about what we don't understand, and we covered formal phrases like, I beg your pardon, and would you mind explaining that again?
And we talked about common mistakes to avoid.
So the next time you're in a conversation and you don't understand something, you have all these tools to help you.
Remember, asking for clarification is not a weakness. It's actually a strength. It shows you're engaged and want to learn.
Absolutely. And hey, if you found this episode helpful, we'd love for you to subscribe to EnglishPop.
Yes, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. We've got tons of practical English lessons coming your way.
And if you want to practice these phrases, head over to our YouTube channel where we have video versions of all our podcasts with subtitles.
The subtitles really help you see the words while you're listening. It's perfect for learners.
Also, drop a comment and let us know which phrase you're going to use first. Are you team sorry or team could you repeat that?
I want to know. And if you have any topics you'd like us to cover in future episodes, let us know in the comments.
We read every single comment and we love hearing from you guys.
Before we go, let's practice one more time. Everyone say with me, "Sorry, I don't understand. Could you repeat that, please?"
Sorry, I don't understand. Could you repeat that, please? Beautiful.
You're going to be so confident the next time you have an English conversation.
Remember, every mistake is a step toward fluency. Every question you ask is progress.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and most importantly, keep speaking English,
We'll see you in the next episode of EnglishPop.
where learning English is actually fun.
Bye, everyone.